Welcome to the Real Salty Podcast. Please join Stephanie and Caitlin as we dive into life in Florida, the good, the salty, and everything in between. We'll chat about real estate, family, sports, building a community, and all the unique things that make living in the Sunshine State so special. Plus, we'll bring on some amazing special guests to share their stories and expertise along the way. So grab your favorite drink and get ready to laugh, learn, and get a little salty with us.
Hey guys, welcome back for another episode of the Real Salty Podcast. We're so happy you're with us. I don't know if I like football anymore.
I understand that. I do understand that.
The problem
It's
is
definitely not been easy.
the problem is I love it, and that's the problem. So love and hate, but no, I mean, no. I love football. It's just been
tough.
hard.
It's been a tough start for the Chiefs, right? There's been some injuries, and they're, they usually can pull it out, and it's been. I mean, I think we did see a little bit of that last year.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough, and I said that towards the end of the year. I was like, it's not going to be good enough, and it's not good enough, and this is not good enough. I had flashbacks again yesterday. Where's our offensive line? Where's Patrick's protection?
Yes.
And
yes.
I was thankful to see Xavier Worthy on the practice field this week. Okay. So
yep, that's right.
He does have that dislocated shoulder or separated shoulder. Actually, separated shoulder sounds way worse than dislocated.
Thank God it's not dislocated or broken collarbone, because that was another injury that happened.
Right, exactly. So he was on the sidelines this game. Hopefully, maybe he'll be back next time. It just the Eagles, they're a good team. They're a good team.
They're really good. They're really, really good. And, I'll add too, one, I mean, the poor freaking Bears. I mean, come on. I know you don't pay attention to them because they're totally different. They got spanked by the Lions like 52-21 yesterday. I mean, it just was. Brody my middle child is unfortunately a huge Bears fan.
Right.
And he thinks that they actually looked better, but that's where the Bears head coach came from. So that's a tough loss. I mean, it's just a rivalry, tough loss for them. And so that part is unfortunate, but sticking to the same division. The one team that I'm watching that, I mean, my oldest son likes this team, but the Packers are amazing. They look so good.
Good.
Oh my God. They look so good. Yeah, they look really, really good. And
I feel like Green Bay's like, we need a bone. Throw us a bone since Rodgers lost his mind. I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah, I mean, and I think that they've been trying to figure out what that bone looks like, right? And then they just got the guy from the Cowboys that was a defensive player that has just completely ignited all of them. And so because of that, the Parsons guy, Micaiah or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. When we dig too deep, I don't know that much about football, but I know enough to have a conversation. And
I know
he's just ignited. Yeah, he's just ignited the team. But you watch them and it's just like, oh my God, you guys are good. You guys are really, really good. So
good. It'll be interesting.
I mean, the Bucks play tonight, so that will be fun. So
I was just going to say, one of the bells at the ball for us, the Buccaneers, they haven't danced yet, so we'll get to watch them. And actually, they are away. No,
Houston. Yep,
they're in Houston. Okay, I don't know if you
which is where Mike Evans grew up. So it's like going back to high school for him. So it's a big deal for him.
They love him there too. Perfect. Perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I actually did watch, and the reason of this game led to the late start, or at least the broadcasting start of the game I was interested in, which of course was the Kansas City Chiefs. But the Giants Cowboys, holy shit. That was a shootout. I mean, I don't think I've actually seen that many dual side possessions in an overtime
back and forth
where it doesn't, granted the Chiefs, I feel like were the reason because they allow at least one possession for each team in overtime. And then once everyone's touched it once, it's whoever scores first. And the Chiefs were burned by
Yes.
that rule before the rule was in place, because it used to be that coin flip was decisive really on everything in overtime, because whoever got the ball first, they of course wanted it first because the first person to score won. But now that it's different
Yeah.
and you have a possession of each team at least once, so if the team that wins the coin flip, if they opt to get the ball, then they get to go down, and if they score, the other team at least gets a chance to answer, because that, my friend, burned the Chiefs. Don't
It
quote me on
did. It
this.
definitely
Five
did.
years
It
ago?
definitely did. I mean, they were talking about that. I heard that on,
Yeah.
they were talking about how it just was going to be over. That was the end of it because they can just keep kneeling and weighing out the 25 seconds and then go to the next one and then wait. That is,
Yeah.
I think that that's a tough thing because there's still so much more of the game. I mean, there always becomes a point where you're not only going against the opponent. It's one of the hard things I think about timed sports in general.
Hmm.
You're going against the opponent and then you're also going against the clock, right? Because you
Well,
either have secured it but you're waiting for the clock or the vice versa.
and that's the other thing, though. It wasn't even over we're gonna sandbag this and take a knee for the last 25 seconds of overtime. It was whoever, that's it. Shut her down. If
Yeah.
there's 2 minutes and
Yeah.
18 seconds left in the overtime clock and one team scored a touchdown on their opening drive in overtime, it's over. It was over.
Yes.
There is no
Yeah.
clock to run. So I will say this, though. I did enjoy the Giants and the Cowboys game. I was rooting for the Patriots to beat the Dolphins. I'm sorry, but Tyreek Hill, this comes from a place of love. I want it to hurt. I want it to hurt that you are still
I
not back with the Chiefs. And so I'm sorry, but I wanted the
I
Dolphins
get
to
it.
lose. Now, here's the other
That's what
kick of the kettle.
happens.
Sorry, Trisha.
Deserves what he
I'm gonna,
gets.
sorry, Trisha. I'm gonna want the Dolphins to win this week because they play a division rival
The
of mine, which is the Bills.
yes. Yeah.
But
Well,
it
that's the way
was,
it has to be. Yeah.
I will
I
just say
get it.
this,
I
you
totally
know,
get it.
you're talking about random facts, and before we get below surface and we can't back up with details, the young quarterback for the Patriots, watch out, man. Watch out for him because he is a young gun. And I was like, who is this kid? Number one, we're gonna
Yeah.
call him Babyface Nelson. That's not his last name, but he's a
Right.
babyface, man. But the Patriots quarterback, watch out, man. They got themselves a little baby Brady. Little baby Brady.
Well, they did show the coach, like that coach was like his first win in the NFL, the Patriots, right? I mean, and this is coming after the Bill Belichick reign. Like, talk about the massive amount of shoes that you have to fill. And he
Yeah,
was in the tunnel giving high fives to all the players because it was his first win as the head coach, which I love too. But
good for him.
I'm here for the game. I think it's fun. The Broncos, Colts, totally two teams that you really aren't even paying much attention to because
Well,
they're
I
not the
do,
divisions that we
but
even pay
I do.
attention. Yeah,
No,
you
I do
do.
because the
I don't pay
Broncos.
attention to
Yeah,
them.
the
Right. Yeah,
Broncos.
that's fair. But
Shout out to the
the Colts beat them
because,
and
yep.
yeah. Yeah. I think the winner of that game was the mascot because he was freaking so funny in the end zone. I mean, he fell over like he just got, whacked in the head by a piñata. And when the kicker missed the first one, and then because of the Broncos' personal foul, they got to kick it again. And then he was
Mulligan.
like jiggling it like every which way. And I was like, oh my God, I'm here for him. Like he is exactly.
You're
Exactly.
dancing
I mean,
for money.
it was. I mean, I mean, his stomach was moving in every which, oh my God. I was like, I am here for the Colts, dude. So I get it. I mean, we just both love football. That's the bottom line
It's
and
like
enjoy
I said,
watching all the games. But
I take back my opening line. It's been hard, but at the same time, oh, I
it's
know America.
hard.
I know
But I
America.
love the game though.
Boo
There's
hoo.
no point in
Nobody.
playing them if they're just going to always
No,
win.
but you have to understand, and this is going to again sound like first world problems. You have to understand, nobody wants to hear what I have to say. Everybody else is like, tough luck, buttercup. Like, welcome
Yeah.
back to reality. And so,
Yeah.
yes, welcome back to reality. And I will say this, you know what, though? All of these teams, they're hungry, right? They're freaking hungry. And I feel like
They
there's
are.
been almost a revamp and kind of a injection, if you will. I don't know if we could use that word, but I hate to say this, but it's like,
Well, the quarterback looks
Josh,
different.
The
The
quarterback
quarterback
is
looks
that's
different now.
thank God, man, this is why we're best friends because that's exactly where I was going with this. I feel like these
They
other
just
teams
look different.
have finally caught up to what is the quarterback? What does an offensive NFL successful team actually need to comprise of? And what are the skill sets that have changed from the Peyton Manning days, from the Brett Favre days, from the,
Yes.
stand strong in the
Tom
pocket?
Brady. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. And so it's just you gotta, you know what? I hate to dance, dance, dance. And you gotta move around, you know what I mean? And you gotta have
No,
the
the quarterback's almost going to be like, got to be a running back in this game in some
20,
ways, right?
100%. And I'm sorry, but there's some big old boys out there, okay? We're not talking about
There are.
5'11 guys
No,
now.
they're like 6'5", 6'9", 230, 250. I mean, oh yeah, they've got to almost have some speed on them. And
Well,
I watch a little bit of college on Saturdays too, because I enjoy college football as well.
yeah, you
And
do.
they're the same ways. They're just the same way. And I think that the entire NFL has cycled through kind of
Yep.
that old school protect your
Mentality.
quarterback
Yep.
throw. And
Yep.
now it's like protect your quarterback and give him time, but if he ain't got time, guess what he's going to do? He's going to run the ball, and he might even
Well, and
actually be involved in a play of or two.
yes, but at the same time, everybody but the Chiefs, you need to get that O line in order because Patrick
Yeah,
cannot be doing this every play. He cannot do this every play. This is
yeah,
how he wound up hurt. This is how he winds up bruised and battered by the end of the season. We got to have guys that can run the ball. Hollywood Brown, you know what I will say, Pacheco, please make me change my mind because right now I'm not seeing that you're worth it. And I'm sorry. I'm going to
yeah.
get
He
really,
was on my fantasy football team last year,
man,
actually.
he can be so
And
much
so that was
better.
kind of
He could be so much better. And Hollywood Brown, he was out with injuries. And so it's like, show me the money. Show me the money. I want to see
exactly,
it. And so, and at the
exactly.
same time, Travis, love you, but you dropped a pass right off the numbers, man. You freaking had it in your hands and it bounced off the 87 in
Yeah,
your
he
hands
did.
and it went right into the hands of the freaking enemy. Sorry. Okay. We do not have to
Yes,
get
it
this
did.
detailed
Yes,
because
it did.
obviously this is just a love note to the Kansas City friends and family that I have. It will get better. And just remember, everyone hates us because we're that good. That's all it is. So, you know what?
Exactly,
There you go.
exactly.
Yep. Haters
I
gonna
just had to
hate.
fix my power outlet. That was what was going on there. So sorry
Oh,
about
you're
that.
totally fine. You're totally fine. I'm used to
I don't know
random.
what just happened. My power outlet was going out, but yeah, I think that that's tough. I watched on for college. USF had to play Miami, which was
Oh, that's
18
right.
ranked USF, which we talked about the week before. They had beaten Florida, and they played number 5 Miami. And I'll tell you that that
And
Miami team is good. Oh, they are
okay.
good. They were
They
fun
they
to
probably
watch.
I was
They
gonna
were
say so
really fun to watch.
they gave him a little smackdown. They said it's really cute you beat the Gators, but let's remember who's in charge. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I mean, I was like, I don't even think I can be mad. They held their own. They did a
Mm,
decent job, but it was just,
but
yeah, it was good. But yeah, I know it's tough. I mean, football's tough. The injuries are terrifying for everyone. I mean, even Joe, what's his name, Burrow is like out for like 3 months now because he had a foot injury. He has to have surgery. It's just,
oh
but then it gets another
no.
kid that they still ended up winning. They beat the Jaguars. The backup quarterback came in and I mean, he made a couple of errors. He threw some interceptions, but he had a great game. So it's I don't
You
know,
know
but I
what?
think that that's exactly it. Is it just a new era?
As a daughter, as a St. Louisian daughter of football, when the Rams came, whoever this quarterback is for the Bengals, keep your head down and keep grinding because
Yep.
all I think
Just keep
about is the
grinding.
year that Trent Green got hurt and Kurt Warner stepped in and we won the Super
Yep.
Bowl. Okay? It
Oh
can
yeah, he was
happen.
amazing. I remember that.
Yeah,
He
no,
was
he
amazing. But on a totally different note, I they had to use like some sort of like black like shield to get Taylor Swift in yesterday. They didn't like all last year, all the year before, she came just willingly in, but there must be a security situation going on now
there
that
might have been a security threat because yeah, you're right. She doesn't like to do that and the
and they
arrow
didn't show her that I kept looking for her like well not even during I wasn't really looking for on the during the game. I was looking like on TikTok later on, like Taylor
Of
Swift
course.
sighting just to see what she looked like. I
Well, and
couldn't
let's
find it
act like
anywhere,
they
and all
don't
they kept showing.
let's act like they don't try to show her all the time on the game too. So, if you don't see her
Yeah,
on the game, it's like, wait, was she really there? So you check socials and
yeah,
things. Yeah, that had to be a hard game to watch your man with that frustration. So
yeah,
hopefully
because he
she
got angry at one point, right?
You know what though? I like angry Travis, and I
Yeah,
appreciated, they kept saying that Chris Jones, right, our
it's
defensive,
passionate too, right?
and then Travis Kelce, so I'm pretty certain that Chris Jones is the captain of our defense and that Travis Kelce is the captain of our offense. I think Patrick might be the overall captain. Do not quote me on that. But Chris Jones, veteran player, Travis Kelce, veteran
Yeah,
player, they were
yeah,
trying to get their people fired up. There was many a slow motion
yes,
yelling video showed of them spitting all over their fellow players before they went to the commercials. I was like, do we really have to show that? Like,
yeah. Maybe we don't want to do that.
yeah. But anyway, we can let it be. It's the second week. Let's just let it shake out. The thing is too,
Yes,
and I'll let it drop. A lot of these games are so close. And that's another thing that we'll leave it on is that a lot of these teams have stepped up their game and a lot of these
yeah,
games were very, very close. And it came down to one
yeah.
that decided the game essentially. So, yes.
Yeah, I'm not really seeing any. I mean, there's a couple of teams that I could call out and one that I won't because it hurts me in the heart. But most of the scores yesterday, they were relatively close. So,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, it's just the
overall.
NFL, baby.
Yeah. We'll see how it shakes out.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. So, yes, it was a tough it was a tough day yesterday. Hopefully tonight will go really well and
Well,
that the Bucks will win. So that will be good. I think the Bucks will people will start talking about the Bucks after tonight, I believe, if things go really well, because I think that they are under the radar, not always the team to be talking about. And I
yeah,
do think they're going to be talked about a lot more because they're getting prime time. I mean, it's a double header tonight. There's two games tonight, which is
there
just
is.
crazy. But
Yeah.
I'll be lucky if I can stay up for one of them. But yeah, I mean, and then so that was the weekend, and then we ran into each other on Friday night, which was fun.
I was gonna say we had to, take a rest day on Saturday because we had too much fun on Friday. I feel
Yes,
like we had
on
just
Friday night.
barely recovered from the Awards weekend or week
Oh
on
no, I still
Thursday.
think I'm trying to recover because that was just so much fun. I mean, it was
Yeah,
like we walked in and it was like, here we go. Game
yeah,
on. Let's
that's
have
right.
some fun. The band, well, it was a one, I don't know what his name is, but he did a fantastic job. It was just some good music, right? Just good music to do some just some chair dancing.
Yeah, no, he was amazing. The one man band, I wish I would have made a mental note of. I'm sure we can look it up readily, but he
Yeah, we
was on a
could.
set
Yeah.
of drums. He had a synthesizer. He literally, I think, had a harmonica. It was just
Hmm.
him up there, and it was like
Yes.
every single part of every band of every song. It was just on par, and it was amazing. So he
Yeah, it was
kept
just
it.
total chair dancing. And then, of course,
Yeah,
after a while, that chair went away and then it was just dancing. So,
that's
and you
hilarious.
got to play Vanna White. So that was really fun. And for all, we put the pictures up, but you
Yes,
got to step in, fortunately, and you did a fantastic job.
thank
Fantastic
you.
job.
Yeah, I got a shout
Yeah,
out.
it
I
was a
got
fun night. It was really
an,
fun.
an audible was called in at about 4:45 that evening that one of our other mutual friends with the City of Parks and Rec Department unfortunately felt he didn't feel so hot earlier in the day and by the end of the day
Yeah,
he
we
was
saw him earlier and he
fast.
was not feeling
So
well.
I got asked if I would be so kind as to help our other friend Max with the city hand out with the awards. And so I pretty much answered for the right amount of orange neutrals I can be anyone's Vanna. No, I'm just kidding.
Yes.
Don't advertise that, Caitlin. Damn it, that didn't
Specifically
sound right.
orange.
How I
Specifically
this is how I
orange.
get myself in trouble. Okay, there is a limit to what I will do for orange neutrals. But yeah,
We
okay.
haven't seen what that limit is, but we'll get there.
Negotiable, right? Negotiable.
But
So bring us your
everything's
highest and best.
negotiable.
Yeah, highest and best,
That's
and
right.
we'll see what she does. But no, so Friday though was Village Friday, And we talked a little bit about this last week's episode. We've been putting in some reels and some posts and things on our socials. I think Village Friday last Friday, that was a really good one. It was a really
It was
good
a really, really good one. It was very specific, and I think
Yes.
that helped.
I like the theme.
And
Heroes
I
Night.
mean, there were so many like good things there for kids to do. There
I
was, I mean,
noticed more
the atmosphere
families.
was fantastic.
Yeah, I noticed more families and more families with kiddos coming down and sticking around, which is always,
Yes.
retention is key, right? And so, it was Touch a Truck, it was Heroes Night. And so we had uh, volunteers from the Pinellas County Sheriff's Department. I didn't realize they were going to come by land, sea, and water. Or that's the same
Yeah.
land, sea, and air. Sorry, but
No,
if
that's
they
right.
brought they
Yes.
brought a lot of aquamphibious types of vehicles that I didn't even know existed. There was like they brought their 37 tune boat that they chased down the pirates with, and all kinds of fun stuff.
Right.
So,
Exactly.
but I feel like
Exactly.
there was a
Yeah, no,
lot of
that was really good. I mean, we got there and we went and well, the weather was fantastic too, which helped.
the
Just the
weather was
mood was just like,
yeah.
oh my God, the weather was just like, okay, this is why we live here. And we got there and we went, Cooper was back home for this weekend. He left yesterday. And so we went to Pirates Pub to eat. And Michael said to me, are we sure we want to go get something to eat? I mean, we just kind of got here and I was like, no, this is actually what they want us to do in a lot of ways, is come to the
Patronize.
village
Yep.
and get something to eat. So we went up to Pirates Pub and they had just reopened after being closed for 2 weeks. Right after Labor Day, they kind of cleanse and recuperate and do some housekeeping things on the inside. And they had opened back up.
And they also had
And
to
they're going to serve the burger.
They had to crane in their Burger Week awards
They
trophy.
did. And it is available to now get it too. Well, actually, they only have one of them there. It's so cool. You walk in and you see it right there. They took their other one to Sirens. So Sirens is a new pub and grub. It's called Sirens Pub and Grub right off of Park Boulevard.
I'm really trying to
over
control
in
my facial
Seminole.
expression right now because I know it's owned by the same lovely owners as Pirates Pub, but
Yes.
my eye just twitched a little because I'm like, you took the brand new Stanley Cup hamburger out of Madeira? Sorry.
There's one that's there and there's another one because they didn't have another
Girl.
spot. So they must be serving it over there too. I'll have to go check it out. Okay, a volunteers tribute. I'll go check it out and make sure that they
Okay,
have
well,
the
I wanna
burger there
come.
because they must have it. Okay. Well, we both volunteers tribute. We'll go over there.
Okay.
We'll figure out a time that we're gonna just take a field trip. I'll get my parents to
Well,
sign off on it.
And
Permission
why
slip.
you know what? Why do I even care? Like, why do I care that the burger has left the city limits of Madeira Beach? It's not my burger. It's
Because
not
it's
my
across
award.
the bridge and you don't like going across the bridge.
I'm like, what are you saying? Wait, what? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's what they told me. So they brought it over there. I got to check that place out because I've heard really, really good things. They did a soft
Wow.
opening for a little while, but I've heard really good things about it. But yeah, they were all super excited over at Pirates Pub that they had won. Amber wasn't there, who's the one that accepted the award, and they were all giggling
Okay.
about how excited
Right.
she was because there's plenty of pictures out there showing how I think that she thought that she had pretty much won the Powerball the way that she was acting because she was
Dude,
so excited and it was
I loved
adorable.
I loved it. And see, that was the level of excitement that made that event so amazing and the pinnacle,
Seriously.
the epitome of it with the award ceremony. And you know what? Check out our Facebook and Instagram page, guys, because if you haven't already, we posted some lovely photos from that night of the award ceremony. And Stephanie has a selfie taken with the queen winner herself. So
I do.
You
I
do.
injected myself to be important in her life. And
Dude,
it's
and
cool.
you can just
It's all
tell. You
good.
can tell her overwhelming sense of joy and just like, yes, like it's the most exciting.
Both of ours, clearly, because I'm taking a picture with the winner, and then she's actually the one that won, and I'm just acting like I have
You're like,
everything
"I
to do with
know
it because I
her,"
tried her
right.
freaking burger. Yeah, like I know her. I tried her burger. Isn't this
So
cool?
hence her four.
Like, yeah.
Hence they're four, right? No. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So going back to it. So Village Friday was fantastic. And Tiki, I mean, I just love I love it when they do acoustic down there. It is so much more my vibe. It's their vibe, it's my vibe, and
Yep.
they just do such a good job down there of creating this
There
neighborhood bar.
Yeah, so the Tipsy Tiki Bar is obviously a place in both of our hearts for affection. It is the closest bar, I think, to your business, and it's also the closest bar to my
Yes.
house. So, henceforth, we
Yes.
love it. And
Yes.
you can usually find quite a few locals, everybody knows your name kind of a thing there. But it's also
Everyone's got their own stool.
That's right. It's also where the Florida Tiki Tours go out of, the one and only Florida Tiki
Yes,
Tours,
Tiki Tour
people. So
Company.
if you're in
Yep.
Madeira Beach, Treasure Island, St. Pete Beach, and you want to get out on the water on the real deal, Florida Tiki Tours. But if you're
Yep.
landlocked, like most of us usually, and you're just here for a beverage or a shot ski, girl, we did that Friday. Um,
Yes. I think I have pictures of it.
I think we have a video of it, much to my dismay.
Oh yeah, we might have a
Shout
video.
out to the bartender
Yeah.
Leo for taking the paparazzi video against my will. Did not approve that.
Yes.
You'll have to deal with my lawyer. So, but anyway, no, I
Wait,
mean,
first we have to get a lawyer.
the tip, well, note to self, hire a lawyer. No, it's kidding. But no, the Tipsy Tiki Bar, we did get one of our Real Salty stickers on the shot ski
We
itself.
did, and
Make
I took a
sure you
picture of you
stop
doing
in.
that. Yeah.
Perfect. Make sure you stop in because, guys, they really are the best. And they have such a plethora of drinks that you don't even realize it's in there. And I'm telling you, the cross breeze from the pass through the
Is
bar
amazing.
is
And then they have
amazing.
the AC pumping too. Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean that's what helps as well, but you
that's
don't
right.
feel it to be hot at all. I mean it's just such a good
Well,
environment. And
there
there
were
was so many people there
there
that
were
we saw
so
on
many
Tuesday night.
locals there. That's right. There were so many locals there. I feel like it was a continuation after party of the Burger Award ceremony. But
I
the
actually think
tipsy,
at one point I said, I'm freaking exhausted. And it's a Madeira Beach does a lot.
we
And I
do a
gotta
lot.
show up for
That's
these
right.
things and I'm having a good time doing it, but holy moly.
I was just gonna say, well, speaking of everything that we are doing in town, I'm gonna go in order this week because we definitely need to talk
Okay.
about our girl Hannah. So shout out to the Fruit Flow. But before we
Yes.
talk about that, Thursday, September 18th, there is going to be another lovely Conversations with the Mayor, and it is going to be held at the Madeira Beach Elks Lodge at 9 a.m. So this is more of a coffee connections kind of a thing. What's really great is, again, the mayor tries to
And
do at least
Bailey's.
two a month, I think, one morning
Kahlua.
time and she's just putting in her wish list, good people, right now, because I might have mentioned to Stephanie that one of us at least was an actual member of the Elks Lodge. So one of us is going to try to sweet talk our way into some Irish coffees, Bloody Marys, mimosas, something
I
like that.
mean, something like that.
Worst
Something
case
like that.
scenario.
Well, that's just to keep, that's because it helps with the creative edge and it just kind of gets the juices flowing. I mean, that's
Well,
really the reason. I
I
mean,
feel
it's just
I feel
really the
like
reason, but it should be a good one. It should be a good one because we're coming off of, you know, post city manager not being here anymore, hiring a new one, an interim who is the
changing of the
one of
guard.
the police chiefs or fire chiefs, Clint, that took over, and that's really exciting.
Yep.
And then they're doing a nationwide search and they're really jazzed about doing that. But I think that there's going to be a lot of questions of how do we find Aquaman? And that's very, very valid because we all want to feel protected as well as energized and that the citizens of Madeira Beach have a voice. And at the same time, we all can align. So I think it's going to be a good one and one that I look forward to.
I look forward to it too, and I look forward to hearing any more, talks about basically just how our city can be more transparent in providing information to our citizens. One of the things that I cannot let go, speaking of transparency, we did talk about Village Fridays earlier. There was a little Karen keyboard comment that was made that
Oh,
maybe the city hasn't done a good enough job about getting the information out there about the events that they do hold for us lovely residences and tourists alike. Shout out to my girl Pam for grabbing that little comment there on Facebook because
yeah, I loved that. Yeah. Yeah, I saw the
go
same one. I
it's
was like,
literally been on
what?
here 8 times. So
Yeah. I love that she was like, pretty much like, what are you talking about? I
Well,
I mean, and I looked. I actually said to myself, maybe it was hard to find, but I found it right away. And they do make it easier because, I mean, you and I know about most of them because we add them to our calendar and they allow you to. And if one
right.
of us sees it, we add each other to the calendar so that we make sure that we
Yes.
both see it.
One thing I wanted to make sure to put in the podcast tonight, not that we're in the business of making PSAs, but PSA for the good people that are interested in the lovely
Yeah,
events that we so braggadociously talk about all the time here on the podcast.
all the
If you
time.
would like to make sure that you don't miss a beat, I highly recommend going onto Facebook and Instagram and following or following the City of Madera Beach Facebook page and the Instagram page because they constantly are posting about upcoming events.
They do.
Secondly, go on the City of Madera Beach website and sign up for the e-newsletter. It pops right in your inbox and it tells you all the time all the upcoming events that are going on with the city. If you really want Linda, if you really need someone to come knock on your door and be like, hey, are you going to be there Friday? Check yes or no. This might not be the town for you.
And we'll bring some mosquito fish on the way too, just to make sure that you're all good. But you can actually even sign up every Saturday morning. I get an email that tells me about what the commissioner meetings are coming the next week. And it shows you the
There you
agenda
are.
so that you
There you
know. I
are.
mean, I know that that's another comment. I didn't know about these meetings. How come these are happening? And I don't know. And they're very transparent about it. It's just they're just not going to come on your door with the mosquito fish and
No,
say you need to come to
no,
this meeting. You got to
no.
own being a. I mean, adulting sucks. We know that, but
Yeah.
sometimes you got to do it.
Well, the other thing is, again, with as many things as you and I are involved in, this is not some insider trader newsletter that we've subscribed to, people. Again, all of this can be here found on
Yeah.
across multiple places. So
Yes.
I love the fact that you want to know more. Maybe just do your due diligence before we type a comment. Okay.
Yeah, but to your point about the Village Friday, exactly. To the point
Yes.
about the Village Friday, I loved the theme, and I
Yes.
think that themed Fridays, like we talk a lot about Final
Went
Friday
over
versus
well.
theme Fridays,
Yeah.
it went over really
I
well.
think it went
It's
really well.
hard to say that that was not like because it wasn't the last Friday of the month that that was not a really great event. So
Well, and I
kudos
will
to
say
the city
this.
for putting on a
Kudos to
great
our
event.
city for only not only putting on that great event. I will give Karen Keyboard maybe the benefit of the doubt about last month's Village Friday. But
Yes.
even if
Yeah.
you are aluminum foil helmet anti-internet www, the posters are out. The information's available at City Hall. A lot of the city businesses already
Yes.
have the next 4 Village Fridays poster hanging in their window in their place of business. So pound the pavement. I don't
Yeah,
know.
and that's them pounding the pavement too to get that out there because
That's the other
we have them
thing.
in our business. I have them back here and here because they know I'm going to put it on the podcast.
Right.
They have it in these things that they hand out everywhere, which are right in John's path.
Yes.
I mean, I
Yes.
don't know what more I mean, I don't know honestly what more they can do, but
I don't
anyway,
I don't
you're
know
right.
either, but
But just, I mean, if
we'll
you,
get off of it, but it just I don't know how we're gonna do this.
yeah. So, but anyway, I
Show them if you
mean,
got
but
them.
that's fine.
No, I'm just kidding.
That's right. That's right. So yeah, so
Okay,
then we have that and then
we're going in chronological order. So
we're
then
going in
actually
order.
this Friday, September 19th, shout out to our girl Hannah at the Fruit Float. So you probably recognize these lovely canoe ladies paddling through our beautiful waterways of Madeira Beach, but they have decided to set up shop on land. So it is their cafe, actually the Fruit Float Cafe is going to have their
Brick and
ribbon.
mortar.
That's right. Ribbon cutting ceremony this Friday, September 19th at 9 a.m., bright and early. They are going to be said to be serving out refreshing smoothies. They're going to have, correct me, person with a teenage child,
Acai.
acai bowls,
Yes.
and
Yes.
all kinds of other coffee libations and such. But locally owned, women owned Fruit Flow Cafe, 13050 Gulf Boulevard, right across the street from the Bamboo Beach Bar. Let's go. I cannot wait. I
Yeah,
cannot
I
wait
think that
to
that's
go.
adorable. I mean, that's where they've been kind of housing everything
Yeah,
and
it was the
keeping all their
headquarters.
fruit,
Right.
organizing
Yeah.
everything. That was exactly, that was their headquarters where they keep their boats at night. And I think it's fantastic that
Yes.
they're just going brick and mortar, and it's a perfect spot. And uh, I mean, it is such a cute novel idea. And
Yeah.
I know that Hannah she is relentless about what she wants to do. I admire her tenacity.
Me too.
It's not easy to be a new business as well as a new concept and an idea for her business. And she's on a mission, and she has really, really high goals. And I'm really
I know.
excited about kind of her ambition. And, you know, I'm all for
Yeah.
that girl power. So good for her.
Shout out to Hannah and all the lovely ladies at the Fruit Float because I love women supporting women. And I will say this,
Hmm.
I don't think Hannah's in the business of not hiring a gentleman, but it is just women driven and I
Yes,
love it. I love
it
it.
is.
We'll have to get that video of the shot ski because I'm pretty sure I was like knighted and honorary Fruit
I'm
Float
pretty sure
girl.
you were. Yeah, I'm pretty
We'll
sure
have to get
that
the
you
official
were.
paperwork from Hannah, but yeah, we'll get that at the ribbon cutting.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Right
And
now, you're a pledge. Right now, you're a pledge until we get
oh,
the official paperwork.
God, wouldn't that be ironic that I'm the almost 40-year-old pledge? That does sound very old school Will Ferrell right up
Well,
my
it is
alley.
around that
So,
time of rushing, right? So yeah, that makes about sense.
God, man, I cannot do a keg stand like I used to, so please don't make me do it. Actually, I don't even think they can do that anymore. Nobody does those anymore. Okay,
Challenge accepted.
chronologically in order, we still have to mention that we will be participating in Celebrate Pinellas, which is a beautiful event that's
Yep,
taking place next Thursday, September 25th, at the Florida Botanical Gardens and Creative Pinellas location. We misspoke on a couple
that was a
podcasts ago.
mouthful.
The tickets were 20, I know, the tickets were $25, but it's actually free to attend, guys. They are asking for a $25 donation per person, but those funds are just going to go back to help the local businesses in Pinellas County here that were affected by our
Yeah,
hurricanes, I can assume. So
and they have a
it's,
cutoff of 400 people.
yes,
So they're
actually,
only going to allow the first 400. So that is important to know because it
yes,
isn't really one of those things that you can just sign up at last minute because the night
correct.
seems like a really pretty night and let's just show up. And
Take our chances.
Caitlin and I've got some tricks up our sleeve that we're going to hopefully pull out and figure out what we're going to do. But yeah, I mean, as we're one of the sponsors, which is super exciting, we're
You know
figuring
what?
out kind of what that looks like.
I did not even talk to you about this beforehand, but I just had a thought because our sponsorship came with a couple extra tickets, and I wonder if we should do some kind of raffle
We
for our
should. We
listeners
should.
and give away those two tickets to come meet and greet us in
We
person
should.
and have a good time at Pinellas Chamber. Because not that
Yeah,
we don't love our significant others, but we just knew we were going to be busy being Joan and Melissa Rivers. So
we were. We were. I'm
I'm
not
just
claiming which
saying,
one I
I'm just
am.
saying, we know it's going to happen. So, but other than that, friend,
And
I
my
feel
mother-in-law, if she was in town, because she was here this week. She's here for
that's
2 weeks.
right.
She visits from Connecticut. She was so funny the other night. My I'd be over there talking to them, and then I would start to walk away, and I'd hear my husband go, "There she goes, there she goes," because I'd be like, "Oh my God, it's so and so." There she goes, and my mother was like, "Oh my gosh, oh my gosh." She, I wish she was in town because I would bring her because she would think just the whole thing's a hoot. So because
I
she's one of our biggest fans, so
I just have
have
to
to
let
give a
you
shout
know
out to
with
her.
the repetitive nature in which you said your husband saying Friday night, there she goes. All I heard was, there she goes again. She's dancing cheek to cheek. Like that. With anybody?
Yes.
Nobody? Okay.
They
Just
might
me.
have actually played that on Tuesday night.
There she goes
That might
again.
have been one of the songs. It
Yeah.
was along the same genre, that's for sure. But
I was
anyway,
happy. I
back
was
to
happy I got a chance to see your mother-in-law on Friday night. She seemed to be having a great time at Village Friday, which I absolutely
she was
loved.
so
But
happy.
the official city after party was at Tipsy Tiki Bar there, and I feel like we could have at least just had a commissioner meeting right then and there. I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
But
we
we
seem to
were
have
solving a
injected
lot of
ourselves
real
in.
problems. No, I'm just
We
kidding.
were,
So,
and we were injecting ourselves as being
but
someone that needed to be
right.
we need
I
to be
made
asked.
I made sure to go with you back over to touch home base with the fam because we were kind of all
Yes,
over the place. And so it was a flurry, flurry, back to say hi, flurry,
it
flurry.
was.
But I had not seen your mother-in-law since hurricane time last
Oh,
year.
right. That's right. That's right.
Because, good, lovely listeners, this sweet soul right here, I put out a bolo basically after I got back into my place and realized my entire life is destroyed. I have clothes that probably could be saved, but I don't have time to get them to a dry cleaner right now. And I don't
Yes.
own a washer and dryer anymore. So I put out this, and Stephanie was like, I volunteer as tribute. Please bring me your clothes. So I
Yeah.
literally bring her 4 to 5 trash bags of the most disgusting smelling clothes you have.
They
We
weren't pleasant.
it's not good. I mean, at least they were only in my house for like 5 days. I can't imagine the ones that people didn't get to for like a month. Like, ugh,
I can't
throw it
even
away,
imagine that are
throw it
still
away.
not got to.
Unless it's
Yeah.
Balenciaga or Dolce Gabbana or something that I don't own, throw it away. But
Throw it
anyway,
away.
brought over my bags to this lovely lady's home, and her mother-in-law just happened to be visiting when this whole thing was going down, and
Yep.
they realized it's too late to get
They
her
did.
out of here. So you got to buckle down, mom,
For
and you got to
Milton.
ride this out with us. And so then she folded my laundry with you.
She
So
did. She was like, just give me Caitlin's laundry. It's fine. Just bring it
I'll
over
just
to me
sit
and
here,
I'll fold it because we
fold
just kept
it.
going pile by pile and I tried to sort them and then there was something I was like, okay, this has to be hand washed and this has to be this. But oh my God, she was so I had not realized
That was the first time
well
I'd
that
seen her
whole
since
time was
then.
a
Yeah.
blur. It
Oh,
was a
yeah.
blur.
No,
I
it's
mean, between
blur.
Helene,
Absolute
which
blur.
was just a blur, and
Yeah.
then Milton, and she happened to be coming back from a wedding that I was supposed to have gone to, but could not leave here up in
Right.
Connecticut.
That's
So
right.
she
That's
came back
right.
with Michael. Yeah, so she came back with Michael and Flynn. And there was a point on Thursday when we knew Milton was going to hit the following week that I
Mm-hmm.
said to her, I'm like, do you want to go home? We can get you out on Sunday. And she's like, it doesn't matter to me. And I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't help anyone. And so I understand it. And I looked at her and I said, you can stay, but I make all the decisions. Okay. And she was like, okay.
For the familia. Right. Exactly.
Exactly.
Well, I'm just
Exactly. And
saying,
there was
like,
only one time she tried to inject her decision and I went, and she was fantastic. We have some of the funniest pictures. We have this picture of her sitting, I mean, she's 89 years old. We have a
mm-hmm.
picture of her sitting in a wheelchair in the middle of the street, and you can tell that Milton is almost here. And we gave her an umbrella, and she's in like her house coat. And we sent a picture to Michael's brother and sisters, and we're like,
She's
Grandma's
fine.
ready for the hurricane.
Oh, oh,
My dad will say that is one of his favorite pictures ever. Totally getting
well,
off subject, but
no, but I
to
love
go
it
back,
because
I
it's
didn't
just
realize
like
that was like
typical Florida humor. No one else is going to think it's funny, you know? Like we think it's funny.
you can see that like the street signs are like flapping in the wind, like you might want to get the lady inside. But oh, we were crying, we were laughing so hard. But
That
anyway,
was her
so yes,
Florida.
you had
No,
briefly met her.
that was her Florida man Mary Poppins moment. That's what that was. And yes, I had briefly
It
met her
was.
before, so it's just good to see you again. I'm glad you're not
Yeah.
folding my delicates this time. Thank you
Yeah.
so much.
Yes. Yeah, she was so excited to meet you.
Oh
Like I
God.
said, she loves watching our reels. She loves watching us. She'll listen to us and watch us on YouTube and she just loves all of that. So she was really
Oh yay.
excited
Shout out to
to meet you.
Mama.
I was like, "Oh
You're
my
gonna
God,
have
you
to.
have to come over and meet my mother-in-law." Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I was gonna
but
say you
anyway,
have to come back
so
soon.
okay, so yeah. So then
And
there's that and then what's the next one? There's one
actually,
more, right?
honestly, I feel like that's enough for now because we have tons of things
It
coming
is.
up. But if we bombard the good people with, the ribbon cutting on Friday for the fruit float, the conversations with the mayor event going on this Thursday on the 18th at the Elks Club at 9 a.m. Um,
Yeah.
of course, we'll be at the Creative Pinellas event next Thursday from 5 to 8. Girl, we can talk about much more things later, but let's just all, maybe just me, say a little prayer. And I hope that your
Yes.
Buccaneers win tonight. But God damn it,
Yeah,
if
me
my Chiefs
too.
don't win
Me
next
too.
Sunday, I am joining a convent. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you can just always root for the Bucks too.
I can't do it. I can't do it. I
You
can do it.
can.
No, here's the thing. I'm gonna root for them tonight, but like in general, I'm
Okay.
sorry, I can't
We'll
yet. I
just take
can't.
it one game at a time.
One season at a time. Yep, one season at a time. So, all right, guys, more to come next week. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. Please feel free to give us a follow and a like and a share on the socials. We are at Real Salty Podcast on Facebook and Instagram. You can also listen and tune back in on YouTube and the Spotify channel that we have. I think we should do a raffle for those tickets.
I think we
But
should too. We'll put that
stay
together
tuned.
tomorrow.
Yep, stay tuned for more. And as always, please let us know if you want to hear us talk about anything. All right. We'll stay salty. Bye, guys.
Bye.